I am safe. Turn your anxiety into a grounded weekly plan. That's the topic for this video for the upcoming week, starting from January 5th, 2026.
Welcome to my practical brain lab experiments on a calm, stable life.
Welcome everybody, my name is Dr. Aygün Sahin. If you follow me for some time, you know that Sundays are very sacred, and in our Sunday Empowerment Lives, which we do 4 years on this channel, we are focusing on how can we make the best of the upcoming week. How can we be empowered? How can we be healed and within ourselves grounded so that the inner matches with the outer? Okay, so what I am going to do starting from today, starting from our first Sunday Empowerment Live of 2026. Happy New Year, by the way. Follow our channel, because on our channel we will talking about every single week how can we be grounded, healed and transformed throughout the entire year. And I encourage you to do this with me every Sunday with what? With our brand new workbook, my Neuro-HyperSensitivity workbook, which is 275 pages for 52 weeks. A 52-week guidance for you, a workbook that you can use every single week to heal, to transform yourself, to understand yourself better, particularly for people with neuro-hypersensitivity, which we will talking about later on in my separate channel for neuro-hypersensitivity. But for people like me who have neuro-hypersensitivity or who live with neuro-hypersensitivity, we have an overload of a nervous system. It is absolutely critical for us to calm our nervous system down, to do everything we possibly can to calm ourselves down, calm our nervous system down from all angles, and that way to actually continue to thrive throughout the day, throughout the weeks and years to come. So this is the topic of this workbook. This workbook will help you to every single week, and it will be a accompanying workbook with our Sunday Empowerment Live. I have been working on this for the last 2 years. It's finally done, it's finally finished, and you can get it on my website. The first version is a digital download, so you have access to it right away today. Actually do it today so that you can work with me together, and then throughout the entire week you start working on it, on the chapters, on the pages for every single week, dedicated for every single week. This week we will be starting with I am safe, and this is also an accompanying workbook for my I am statement cards. You can also get on my website, on my Etsy store, on my Ko-fi store, everywhere available, as well as we will also be working together with my gratitude or success statement cards, which are based on my own life and they are my own words. And you love them, I love them. This will be a fantastic way, me teaching you some techniques that are also available, my tips and tricks you can do throughout the week, so that you know from all angles what you can do every week with certain actionable steps that will guide you throughout the entire week. And also there are sections for your own reflection, sections for your own understanding, your own clarity, and sections for your understanding of your life, what happened in the past, what will happen in the future. It is a great way to work through your physical health, your mental health, and of course your emotional health. So let's get started. I will structure every single week as our statement for the week, and these are all in your workbook, but we will only do some sections of it, not the whole, because in the whole workbook, it is important that you, specifically for you, work on the sections, and however it means for you, whatever you feel guided to interpret anything that we are talking here, or also anything that you want to reflect based on your own life. So it's only personal to you, and I'm only guiding you towards it, okay? So the first what we're going to do is we are going to start with 3 cards from our I am statement card decks, and they're also included, I mix, as you know, my rune cards as well. And whatever comes out, we will put them right here, and you will also put them into your workbook, and we will talk a little bit about those. And then we will pick one of my either great gratitude statement cards or success statements, whatever comes out. However, in your workbook, there already, every section's already pre-written gratitude statements that you can reflect on. So we have a double whammy of gratitude statements or success statements. The workbook has already integrated gratitude statements each and every week, okay? So then we will talk a little bit about action step, one single action step. There are more on your workbook. One single action step that I would recommend you can do this week based on the topic. And I will do a very tiny little practice with you. Of course, there are also lots of tips and tricks, as I said, in your workbook. You can continue with that. And then we will talk just a little bit about a workbook, and we'll end our Sunday live here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we will talk first briefly about our I am statement and how can this be integrated into the topic of turning Sunday anxiety into a grounded weekly plan. And this is exactly what the workbook will accomplish and our Sunday lives going forward will accomplish. So I am safe. Funny enough, when I try to pull one for me for the day, I am safe card is the card 0 in the 78 card deck. Number 0, a start. First, we need to be able to feel safe within ourselves, correct? And this card literally came out for me for today. In the morning, as I touched the card deck, I was like, I cannot believe it, because I will literally talk about I am safe today's video. So that's that. But of course, we will have cards that I already picked for this week for all of us, for people who are working with me on the workbook. But first, we need to understand that for everything we do, we must ensure that we are feeling safe, particularly for people like me who has neuro-hypersensitivity, overloaded nervous system, or even if you are not living with neuro-hypersensitivity, if you are totally stressed out, if you are having anxiety throughout the days, or it is so much so that blocks you, hinders you. We talked also a lot about last year and my videos about how anxiety blocks you and hinders you from progressing, and that leads to procrastination. So I already have a pre-sale 7 steps for overcoming those types of procrastination. Again, procrastination can be the reason of a variety of things, but if you have underlying anxiety that leads you to be blocked and literally frozen, that workbook, that guidebook, comprehensive guidebook will be for you. It's again on my website, and all the links, by the way, will be in the description and also in the comment section. But you can pre-order it. It's currently on pre-order, and I will create that if you are interested. If I only need a handful of people, then I will actually produce it. because it takes a lot of time, but already I have sold this guidebook because it is very, very important that we overcome the anxiety or everything else that's triggering that anxiety, and that way to overcome procrastination. You can do a lot of things, you can go a lot of courses. People actually do not live with anxiety, underlying anxiety, or not even understanding that that is anxiety, will not be able to help you to solve that procrastination section that actually leads you to be frozen. Okay, so that's very important to understand. So again, first we need to be able to feel safe so that we can continue work on our day-to-day chores or day-to-day duties and day-to-day schedules and plans. But again, we have to feel safe first. That is so important to calm down our anxiety, our nervous system, our brain. And again, we talked a lot about our neurobiology in our 14-day Rewire Your Brain with Gratitude challenge, right? It's all on my website in the course section. You can watch the replays and learn a lot about neurobiology and the parts of the brain that does these things that people are like a buzzword talk about, but I explain to you the neurobiology behind of it. Okay, again, we will have to be able to feel safe first. So let's ground ourselves and first pick up our 3 I am statements for this week. And the first one that came out is, look at this, number 43, I am optimistic. I am optimistic. If you feel that it's a fresh start of the year, it is indeed. And I have completed yesterday a guidebook, a brief guidebook for the science of sticking to your New Year's resolutions. How can you, and I briefly talked about this last year, but I create a very on-point guidebook for that, actionable steps you can take that helps you to understand how can you rewire the neurobiology of the New Year's resolutions and how can you actually stick to those resolutions. So those links will be also in the description. So I'm optimistic. Do you feel optimistic? So 43 is the number, and as you know, on my numbers of the cards, I count them together because they have a certain meaning for my cards specifically. So let's first write that down and then we'll talk about it. 43, I am optimistic. I'm optimistic. And 4 plus 3 is 7. And I believe that this has also a lot to do with relationships. The last 2 months or so for 2025 was a lot about relationships with people, with interactions. And I think this week will be also a lot about that. So probably we will feel a lot more optimistic with our relationships with people, with our partnerships, with our clients, or with people that we serve, or people we work with, people in our household, people around us. So the one-on-one partnerships might be actually pretty good this week. Okay, that's how I feel will be. And look at this. The second one is a rune card. I love my rune cards. They're Viking style. I love Viking styles. And as you know, if you follow me for some time, when within these cards a rune card comes out, this means it is going to be very, very powerful. It is a very, very powerful statement that's coming out, or whatever it will happen. And this is, look at this, Jera. Harvest, reward, cycles. Harvest, reward, cycles. This is literally, and I completely see this because of certain things that I looked at for myself. This is the time of literally this week you will see the rewards of your hard work. If you literally worked on yourself, or if you have done a lot of things on 2025, now is the time to reaping the rewards. And I can completely see that for me personally, because literally last night and in 2025, my goodness, I've produced so much workbooks and guidebooks and planners, right? The Royal To-Do Planner is on Amazon. I published the Turkish version of my Inner Royalty journals, and the German one is also done, and most likely I will publish them today. I hope so, if I have the time, but I have also other workbooks that I need to finish, and my Etsy store, my designs. And as you know, I have been talking a lot about truth, honesty, integrity, and that's my statement, and I put them on my shirts. And literally late last night, I saw that I sold my very first t-shirt for truth, honesty, and integrity. I put immediately the order, and this morning as I woke up was already shipped to the person in Colorado. So thank you so much whoever ordered it, because I was personally so touched and so honored that there are people out there also live by this statement: honesty, truth, and integrity. This is all what I live by my entire life, and that's what I teach with my justice class, my abundance class, and everything in between. And also to see that my hard work that I put out was actually useful for somebody and somebody purchased it was so important to me. So, and that came at the moment when I literally was writing about that I have created so much in 2025, so that this 2026 I honestly don't even have to produce anything anymore, because I literally have done the entire hard work in 2025. So I literally was thinking, now is the time to reap the rewards, because I worked to the ground in 2025, and as you know, 2025 was a 9-year, right? Chapters are closing and ending, and 2026 is a 1 year. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6 equals to 10, and 10 reduces down to 1. So it's a brand new year, and I talked about this a lot on my February 16, 2025 video under my live section, so definitely check it out. Everything I said literally happened, including what's going on in the world right now. Watch my videos, you will see. Again, if you worked hard in 2025, you will literally start to see this week the rewards trickling down in. Perfect. Coming in. Write that down. The second one was Jera. Jera. Harvest, reward, cycles. Okay, perfect. Now the third one, I cannot make this stuff up. Look at this, guys. 66, I am positive. 66, I am positive. Look, I am optimistic. I am positive. I just cannot make this stuff up, okay? And then in between is what? Reaping the rewards of our hard work. Actually, like they put it like this. This is like that. I'm optimistic. Reward, harvest, and cycles. And I'm positive. This is just so beautiful. Optimistic and positive. And this is the card number 66, which is 12. And 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 is a lot of communication. Most likely this week we will have a lot of communications going on with people, with partners, with collaborators, with clients, or people around us. A lot of emails, a lot of communication. I mean, I can totally see that for me. Now literally the year, the official business starts on Monday and throughout the week. So maybe we also talked about anxiety, right? So if you literally felt, okay, everything was so calm and nice and Finally, I was able to breathe just a little bit without having people on my neck, right? This is how I personally felt for the last few days. And on Monday, there was literally also a feeling of, oh my God, okay, the business will start, all the emails will bombard my inbox, and there will be a lot of discussions and communications. I will have to write a lot of emails. There will be a lot of work to do. A lot of new people are coming in. Actually, stay tuned with what's going on with our cancer organization. So if you follow our organization, please check that out as well, because there will be a lot of new developments in the past few days for literally last week of 2025. So a lot of communication, emails, talking, texting, that will be happening this week. I'm pretty sure about that. But it's all positive. It's all wonderfully, so that it will gives us optimism. It will makes us literally positive, seeing the future positively. And that alone, to even think about these, right? Let's write it down. That's number 66. I am positive. Let's keep us positive. Let's stay in that positivity. Let's stay in that optimism, and let's focus on, and we don't have to really focus on just reaping the rewards and all that, because it will come in already. That's what it is, that Jera, you will see that as rewards coming in, and that also what makes us optimistic and positive. I think the reason why Jera is in smack in the middle is because it will helps us to see the positivity, the optimism, and seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. If you haven't been able to do that, if you felt in the dark, if you felt like nothing is working, this week you will see, or we will see, the light at the end of the tunnel, and we will start to see that our hard work is slowly but surely paying off. Even if it's large, even if it's small, it doesn't matter. We will see the reward, the harvest, the cycles, and everything that almost comes together this week. As I told you last year, throughout the entire year, the 2026 will literally start with January 1st. Literally, not in springtime as we normally would say, naturally, with Nowruz, with the spring equinox. No, this year, 2026, starts with literally the beginning of the year. And if you follow the news, you understand what I was talking about. And this is, again, literally, as I told you, the beginning of the year. Last night, I made a sale of my statement that I literally talked for an entire year about honesty, truth, and integrity. And the t-shirt was there for quite some time, for like, I don't know, half a year maybe, or few months, not few months, but maybe half a year, and it got sold literally last night, the beginning of the year, right? So very, very exciting stuff. So please let me know, write this in your workbook, and please comment on this video and let me know how do you experience this week, okay? So now let's focus on our gratitude statement. As I said, we already have integrated a gratitude statement already in your workbook, but this is that I will pick for today and for this week. And this what came out, and guess what, this came out twice, because I put 3 rounds of shuffling because somehow I wasn't sure. This came out in the first and in this one, so 2 times this came out. So it's 100% this, okay? And this is number, what is this? Number 15. 1 + 5 = 6. Our day-to-day life, our health, our day-to-day chores, day-to-day life, day-to-day schedule. And this is for my gratitude statement cards, for my own life, my own words. It is number 16. I am truly grateful for my family. Whatever happens, I know that they are always there for me and I am always there for them. I'm thankful. Thankful for our family. And again, this card came out twice. So lately this card came out for me. Lately meaning for the last maybe a week or 10 days. This came out to me all the time. And being grateful for the family and knowing that I just cannot make this stuff up, because we are literally talking about I am safe. Feeling safe within the family, feeling safe within the family dynamic, that we can also be thankful that we do have a family. And I understand there can be families and there's so much hatred, and I talked literally at the end of last year about there's so much hatred towards parents, there's so much hate. And as I said that, literally what happened in Hollywood, literally 48 hours later, we saw in the news what happened last year in Hollywood, right? At the end of last year. So whatever dynamic it is, please understand that at least we do have a family. What it means, think about for people who don't have a family, who never saw their parents, never saw the mother, the father. There are so many things that could have happened, and you would have not have had parents, you would not even be on this planet Earth. Whatever you, as I keep saying, I just mentioned that in that video, be grateful that you do have a family. Stay on that in your heart, in your soul. Stay with that in your mind and feel gratitude towards you having a family. And if your family, you can also focus on, I don't know, one or two people in your family, right? You don't have to be the entire family, but maybe you have a great relationship with your parents, then focus on that. Like, you're so grateful for having these parents, right? Or if you have a sister or brother that you feel more connected to, be grateful for that person being in your life, that you are always there for them and they're always there for you. You feel grateful that you even have that, and many people don't. Okay, so feel that safety, that home safety, the inner home safety as well. Okay, so that's that. Our gratitude was about family, and the bottom was actually a success statement from my success affirmation, success statement cards, which I call my rock star cards, because they are just answer to all questions. And this is again based on my own life, and they are my own words. And what came out was, look at this, 29. 2 plus 9 is 11, and it says, every person's life journey is different. I focus on mine. 100%. We should not compare ourselves to others, to other people's lives. Focus on ourselves, what we need, what my soul needs, what my brain needs, what my heart needs, what my body needs. This is so important, not to compare. Every person's life journey is different. Whatever you feel like it, and that's why I keep telling you, don't focus on these astrology, whatever, tarots, whatever. This is what happened on this date. It doesn't matter. Your life journey is your life journey, and that's what we are focusing on with this workbook. Because as I said, I only give you snippets of it, but the entire yourself, your emotions, your life journey, your experiences is your experience, is your life journey. And that's it. What your hard work Your hard work's getting paid off. It's yours and yours only. Nobody can say, this will happen on this time, this will happen that. You have to feel it, you have to live it, and you can only describe it in the best way possible. Okay? So focus on that. And the success was about your and your only life's journey. Focusing on only your life's journey. Now, an action step what I want to give you today for the upcoming week is, please, I know if you're living in the Northern Hemisphere, it's winter, it can be snow, which is beautiful, and it can be cold, but fresh air is great. Fresh air is health. Open your windows and please take a walk. Please. Do a favor for me, do a favor for yourself, for your mental health, physical health, emotional health. Take a walk. If you have a park, beautiful. If you don't have a park, just walk. Do a tour in your city, wherever it is, or around your block, around 2 blocks, and maybe every day. Please do it every day. I don't know how many minutes you feel, because I like to take long walks. Literally for me, 30 minutes of those, the half of it goes through my mental release. And then later on, if my brain is completely empty, again, it's natural. I don't force anything. It's just, and that's when, because my brain will go into alpha state, which we talked a lot about in my 30-day Journal with Me challenge, my second cohort. It's also on our courses section. Please watch the replays there. Because our serotonin, endorphins, dopamines are so expressed greatly in the brain, then our brain get naturally into an alpha state, and that's when all the genius ideas will come to you. And for me, I always have like, okay, I can't wait to go back and write everything down, because I have like all of these information coming naturally into my brain, or ideas or answers, solutions, because the brain is going to be in the alpha state. Okay, so then after that, for me, I feel like, okay, my brain is so empty, I feel so good, but my body, because I'm a former athlete, I am very active, I feel like my body muscles this time, my body, not my brain, but my body needs a little bit more physical activity. So I walk a little bit more. The half of that goes then into, the second half goes then into continue walking, but this time just for my body. And then, I come back with like complete workout, mental, physical, and emotional. And I only recommend this to you. It's just so incredible. Like, I mean, I would say it literally tops a psychotherapy or whatever. It just does, okay? And please, I want you to experience this for yourself. Again, it's your life's journey, so your body, your mental health, but trust me on this one. I keep teaching this because it's just so effective. If you, like me, can't do meditation, whatever, I can't do meditation, I can't do that. But this is my therapy, full stop. If you have migraine, do that. My migraine is gone. Every time I feel like severe migraine, I have to push myself out, take a walk on fresh air, because that is literally within 10 minutes, not even walking like all long distances, but 10 minutes, my migraine is gone. And I have very severe migraines, okay? So please do that. Again, if you feel emotionally overwhelmed, if you feel mentally overwhelmed, and if you sit all day long, all of it, mental, physical, emotional, all gone, all be saved because of the walk you do in the fresh air. Trust me on this one, okay? So take a walk every day. Even if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, go outside, please, and walk, please. And come back and report it to me, okay? Walk outside. Okay, outdoors, outside, walk outside every day, okay? And then a tiny practice, I want you to experience the deep breathing that we are greatly doing. We have done also in our 30-day Journal with Me challenge, but I want to teach it to you again. I cannot promise that I will do it every week, but come back and watch this video. So what we're going to do, this is actually the key for our vagus nerve stimulation, and this way we can calm our nervous system down, and also it helps us to bring our brain into alpha state. Again, if you go outside and take a walk, trust me, without deep breathing or anything, your brain will be in an alpha state. Trust me on this. But if you're at home, if you want to relax immediately, if you're stressed out or something caused you anxiety, something is really causing you to feel jazzed up, your heart rate goes up higher and higher, I want you to do this technique right away with me, okay? So put your hand, one hand on your chest. That's actually is your anchor, and this will also help you to be able to ensure that your chest is not moving. And one hand is on your belly. And so what we're going to do is we breathe in through our belly, not our chest. This doesn't move, okay? So breathe in for our belly, and as we inhale, our belly expands like a balloon. And then as we exhale, we will squeeze in our belly, and this will help us to bring all the air out, and this way we will squeeze and stimulate our vagus nerves, okay? So, but what we're going to also do is, as we inhale, breathe in, expand like a balloon, right? And then hold it there, and I will count for 4, hold it there, and then, and when you do it more and more, the more you hold longer, the more you can squeeze in as you exhale, and that will even further calm you down. So the more you can hold it, and relax though, not tightly, I have to hold it there. Hold as you can, because every time you do it, it will go longer and longer. And as you hold it, the longer you exhale naturally, and the longer and slowly you exhale, the more relaxed you will be. Okay, so let's do it 4 times. Let's start now. I will count for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale and expand. Hold it there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then exhale and squeeze in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So let's get started. Breathe in through your nose. Hold it there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then exhale, squeeze in your belly. Okay, so when you exhale, the key is to make a sound. That will help you to stimulate your vagus nerve, okay? And how can you do that? Imagine that you are sitting on a beach by a sea, and you hear the wave, and the wave making this sound. Okay, so literally you push the air from your jaw, basically, not involving the upper part of your mouth, but the lower part, like okay. So, okay, let's do 3 more. Inhale. Hold it there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, counting 4. As you see, this didn't move, but my belly moved, okay? Again, inhale. Exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, so I want you to do that every time you feel anxiety or heart rate goes up, or like, oh my god, if I open the email, what will happen? Or if I write this email, what will happen? Should I open the text? Should I open the mailbox? Should I open the inbox? If you feel any of this chatter in your brain, do it 4 times, okay? Do it 4 times. And remember, I am safe. I am optimistic. I will get my rewards for my hard work. It's a brand new cycle, and I am very positive, and I'm grateful for my family, and live my journey and my journey only, and I only focus on my journey, and I take long walks and calm my entire nervous system down, my body, my mind, my soul, and I will do breathing exercises to calm myself down whenever I feel I need to throughout the day. So with that being said, I hope this was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments if you like this video and if you like the style. I love it, and let me know how you experience this video. And every week, please join me. And again, I want to show you one more time our Neuro-HyperSensitivity workbook. It's right here, our Neuro-HyperSensitivity workbook. And it is a guidebook, have a lot of information in there, my tips and tricks, and it starts a lot of places. Here's where you put in the I am affirmations, I am statements, and then you write down what it means for you. I interpret it, but here I am safe, and we will talk here. These are action steps, a little bit more than what I showed. And then you write here some reflections, some questions that I have for you. You write that down. And then this is your gratitude statement already integrated in. And then you write down your reflections and have a question here. Answer that question. And then at the end, hopefully we will feel safe after we worked on this section each and every week. So every week for 52 weeks, we will be working on a workbook, and here on Sunday live together. So literally the first version is a digital download. So once you purchase it, you will download immediately, and you can get it right now and start working together with this video and every Sunday live with me here. Okay, so thank you so much. All the links are down below, and I can't wait to work with you. Happy New Year. It will be a phenomenal year. A personal journey will be so growing exponentially. Trust me on this one, mentally, physically, emotionally, and I'm here to guide you on that.